Welcome back to Strive to Thrive. Today we are focusing on our lower body exercises. So if you have a band, you might want to have that nearby today. We will be using it, but of course, as always, it is optional. You can do any of the exercises we do without the band as well. So we're going to go ahead and start with our warm-up, and then we'll get started with our strength exercises. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. To start, we're just going to be marching in place with some arm swings, making sure you're standing up nice and tall. Your shoulders are relaxed, looking straight ahead rather than down at your feet. All about getting the muscles warmed up here. From here, bring those knees a little bit higher, and when you're ready, add in some big forward arm circles. Drive those knees up, keep doing those big arm circles. If you have any shoulder problems, you can always bring it a little lower too. Okay, from here, kick the heels back, and when you're ready, cross the arms, alternating which arm is on top each time. Okay, next up, your feet are about hip width apart. Bring the hands just to the outside of your head without pulling on your head at all. All you're going to do is push the hips back, keeping the legs mostly straight, and just bend down until you feel a slight pull in your hamstrings. So from the side, it's just here and stand up. So let's give that a try. Just push those hips back. We're doing a basic hip hinge movement. You're not pulling on your neck at all. Your hands are just kind of hanging out up here. I like to bring mine just to the outside of my ears. Let's go for one more. Okay, bring it up. Now your feet are still about hip width apart. This time, just a little mini squat. Stand up, that's the first part, so squat. And then you're going to reach as you step out. So let's go ahead and give that a try. So little squat, tap out, and reach. Think about really reaching over, warming up your sides a little bit. Don't have to go down too low on that squat. Remember, this is still our warm-up. One more on each side. Okay, next up, you're going to be tapping your toes out in front of you, and you're adding in a chest press. So think about pulling those elbows back as your arms come back. You're standing tall, shifting your weight side to side as you tap those toes forward. Okay, now bring it into heel taps forward, heels down, toes up, and then add in an arm curl. Okay, now from here, this is when you might especially want to hold on either to your chair, to a wall, but you also want to make sure you're not going to kick anything. We're going to do some leg swings forward and back. So figure out which leg you want to start with. Shift your weight to the other side. Hold on for balance and just swing back and forth. Really try to focus on that kick back to warm up your hip flexors. Okay, now come to the other side. Same thing. Shift your weight to the other leg and swing, keeping this leg that you're swinging mostly straight and the knee that you're standing on slightly bent rather than locked out. Okay, you can stop with that. Now we're doing our leg swings to the side. So this time I'd go back to the first leg. You're swinging out and in front of the other leg. So let's try that. This time we're warming up the hips a little more. And bring it to the other leg. Holding on for balance, whatever that looks like for you. And relax. Okay, now what you want to do, give yourself a little bit of room to move side to side. And all we're going to do is 3 steps to the right and 3 steps to the left. So give yourself some room, stand up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, and let's just step. 2, 3, other side. 2, 3. Make sure you're picking up your feet as you do this. We don't want to be dragging our feet at all. One more time, down and back. Okay, good. Just a couple more. Next up, we're going to be doing a torso twist. So for this one, as you twist, pivoting on that back foot, you want to make sure that as you turn as well, your vision stays looking straight ahead rather than down at your feet. Bring it back to center. Last one, stand up tall, your feet are together. Bring the arms out, stretch back a little, and give yourself a hug. Alternate through that. And try to switch which arm is on top each time you bring your arms in front of your body. Stretching out your chest and the upper back here. Last time, and relax. Okay, you're officially warmed up. Let's get started with the workout. Okay, now that we're warmed up, let's go ahead and get started. First up, you don't need your band, so you can set that aside. You're going to go ahead and bring your feet together, and then you're going to step back pretty far with your right leg. So we're doing a static lunge. If you want to be behind your chair or near a counter or a wall, you might want to do that just so you can hold on. But all we're going to do is keep our feet where they're at with our toes pointed forward. And it's just going to be coming down and back up. Okay, so just like last time we did our 12 reps, we're doing 12 reps again today. Here we go. So just down and up, making sure that the knee of the front foot stays behind the toes. You don't want to be coming too far forward. That's going to put too much stress on your knee. If this bothers your knee, try to not go as low. That's 6. Keep your upper body upright. 7. 8. Keep that upper body nice and tall. 10. 11 and 12. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the left leg. So step back with your left leg. Nice and big stance. The weight is coming down through your heel of the front foot. Let's begin. So come down and up. Look down just to make sure your knee stays behind your toes. You can go down further if it doesn't bother your knees, but if it does, just keep the movement small like this. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, bring those feet back together. Now is the best part, putting this band around our legs. So have a seat. What we're going to do is you're going to ideally want to put the band just above your knees. So you can go ahead and start putting the band around your legs. This is sometimes the hardest part of the workout. However you can to get that band on your legs is great. If it doesn't feel very comfortable to be just above your knees, you can have it just below your knees as well. Just don't put it directly on your knees. And if you can with the band, try to keep it flat. It doesn't matter if it rolls up, it's just not as comfortable if it does that sometimes. And if you don't want to mess with the band, like I said at the start, you don't have to use the band for any of these exercises. First up, we've got a banded sit to stand. So to do this, bring your feet about hip width apart. Then you're going to pull resistance against the band to keep your knees hip width apart as well. All you're going to do, if you need to hold onto the chair, you can, but ideally without using the armrest, all you're going to do is stand up and sit back down while keeping that resistance against the band the entire time. We're going for 12 of these again. Take it at your own pace if you need to. Let's begin. So stand up and sit back down. Make sure you sit back down in the chair. That's 2. Like I said, challenge yourself. If you can do it without using the armrests, I would encourage you to give it a try. Sit down softly too, don't just plop down, as tempting as it might be. This is 7. Keep working hard. Keep that resistance against the band. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And relax. Okay, you can bring your feet a little closer. You probably felt that in your hips as well as your legs. Those are all the places we're targeting. Now another fun part of this workout is going to a standing position and waddling to an area that you have a little bit of room to move side to side. So when you're ready, go ahead and stand up and go to a space where you have, all you need is just 2 steps to the side. All we're doing for this one, your feet are starting about hip width apart. What I want you to do is kind of pull your knees out a little, pull resistance on the band again. This is automatically going to start activating our hips, also known as our gluteus medius on the side here. Going to get into a mini squat position, shoulders are relaxed. It's going to be 2 steps one way, and then 2 steps the other way. Notice I'm not letting my feet come together. I'm keeping resistance on the band the entire time. So for this one, 2 steps each direction for a total of 12. So let's get in position. Feet are hip width apart. Pull against the band, mini squat, big steps. Pick up your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay low the whole time. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 2. And 12. Okay, go ahead and shake it off a little if you need to. Next up, you can stay where you're at, but you probably do need to hold on to something for this next exercise. This one is like what we did last week, except this time we're adding our band. So it's going to be tap forward, tap to the side, open up, and tap back. So adding the band is just going to add an element of strength to our hips and our legs, while working on balance as well. So let's start with our right leg. Get your balance on your left leg. Okay, tap forward, come to center, out to the side. Bent knee, tap back, and center. Just tap as far as you're comfortable, but try to push yourself a little. One more time through these. Good, okay. Once you're done with that side, we'll move to the other side. So this time balancing on the right leg, slight bend in that right knee, and begin. So tap forward, center, side, center, open up, tap back. Keep breathing too. One more time through. And go ahead and relax. Okay, you can waddle your way back to your seat, and then you can take the band off of your legs. That's usually easier than putting it on. Okay, for this next one, I'll give you a couple of options. So if you're using the band, we're doing a single leg press. So we'll start with one leg. You're going to put the band far enough around your foot that it won't slip off towards you, because that would be bad. You're going to straighten your leg and push out and then come back in. So it's just holding the band pressing out and slowly coming back in. So that's the option if you're using the band. If you're not using the band, you can just straighten your leg, try to tighten your quad, hold it for a second or two, and relax. Staying on the same side for 12 reps, and then switching sides. So that's the option if you're not using the band. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So, put your band kind of around the ball of your foot. You want to make sure it's down far enough so it doesn't slip off. If you're wearing shoes, you can kind of try to slip it into an area that maybe it's a little more secure. Okay, you're sitting up nice and tall, starting with your knee bent, holding the band with both hands, and we're just pressing out and slowly coming in. You don't want to hyperextend your knee when you straighten, but we're working on strengthening the quad. 7, 8, slow and controlled, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Okay, carefully take the band off that foot and bring it to the other foot. Same thing for this foot now. Sitting up nice and tall, making sure that band is secure around your foot. Bend your leg, and let's begin. So press out, come in slowly. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, great job with that one. Next up, you're going to put the band in the same position that we had it. Okay, so around your foot. And this one, if you're not using the band, you can do the same thing we're doing, you just won't be holding onto the band. So for this one, you're going to hold onto the band again with both hands. You're going to straighten your leg, tightening this quad and holding your leg out straight. And all you're going to do, sitting up tall, is press your foot down and up like you're pressing the gas pedal. Okay, let's begin. One side first, pointing the toes as far as you're comfortable with, and then bringing them up towards the ceiling. Slow and controlled here, making sure that band feels secure so it doesn't snap back. That's 6, 7, 8, working the lower leg muscles here. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, slowly take it off and come to the other side. Same thing. Okay, holding the band with both hands. Straighten the leg, tighten the quad, and let's begin. Just press down and slowly up. Don't let the band control you. Sitting up nice and tall. Last one, and relax. Okay, great job. We made it one time through. Now we're repeating those exercises one more time. So you can set your band down. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to go back into our lunges. So for starters, bring the right leg back. Toes are pointed forward. Upper body's nice and tall. And let's begin. Lunge down and up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Going only down as low as you're comfortable with. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Bring it to the other side. Left foot back. Remember to step back far enough. And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Weights through the heel, not the toe. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, bring the legs together. Shake it out a little if you need to. Then you can go ahead and have a seat. Once again, the best part, putting the band around our legs. So, work on getting that band above your knees. Like I said, it takes time. Some people think this might be the hardest part of the workout, and I can't say I blame you. Once you're in that position, we're going back to our banded sit to stands. Reminder, if you're doing this without the band, you'll just stand up and sit back down. Feet are going to be hip width apart. So let's get those feet into position, hip width apart. Knees are hip width apart so that you're pulling some resistance against the band. Try not to hold on, and let's begin. Stand up and sit down. Pushing those hips back as you sit down softly. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Great job with that one. Now we're going to go to our standing position, so go ahead and stand up and waddle your way over so you have room to take your couple of steps each direction. Moving right along into our lateral walks. Okay, just a reminder, feet are hip width, knees are pulling slightly against the resistance. Mini squat position. And let's step, big steps, keeping resistance the whole time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chest is up nice and tall. Last 2. And relax. Okay, great job with that one. Now we're on to our little balance and strength exercise with our taps. So hold on if you need to. Balancing on the left leg first, right leg's working. Let's begin. Tap forward from the center. Side, center, open up, tap back. Keep working, barely tapping. One more time for each. Good. Okay, let's go to the other side. So now get your balance on the right leg. Slight bend in it and begin. Tap, out, and tap back. Forward, side, open up and tap. Last round. And relax. Okay, you can waddle back to your chair and take your band off. We got our last 2 exercises before we go into our stretches. First up, we got our single leg press, or you're just straightening your leg, holding briefly and trying to tighten your quad. So let's go ahead, put our foot in, holding the band with both hands, making sure the band's secure, and begin. Press out and slowly come in. Remember, don't hyperextend your knee. We're not going for a straightening of it all the way. And you're bringing it back slowly. 2 more on this leg. Okay, let's switch legs. Same thing. Get in position. And begin. Press, press out, and slowly back. Keep breathing, sitting up tall. 2 more. and relax. Okay, great job with that one. Last one. Bring it back to the first foot. Loop it around your foot. We're coming into that straight leg, tightening our quad. You're going to press and release. Here we go. Slowly lower it back. This is 8, 9, 11, and 12. Okay, awesome job. Last one, and then we'll finish off with our stretches. Bring that leg out, tighten your quad, sitting up tall, and press. You control the band doesn't control you. Two more. And 12. Great job. You can take that off your foot. You can set your band to the side. We are done with that. We're going to finish off with a few standing stretches. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and stand up. First up, we're just going to stretch our quads a little. And to do that, all you're going to do is slowly kick towards the opposite side. So just kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. If you need to hold on to anything, feel free to do so. You should feel this kind of just loosening up your quads in the front of your legs. Okay, now what you're going to do, using a chair, counter, wall, anything you have, face it, bring your right leg back, press your right heel into the floor, and press back on it to stretch your right calf muscle. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Now keep your foot back, but lean forward so you're on the ball of your right foot. You're going to bend both your knees, tuck your tailbone forward. You should now feel the stretch in your right hip flexor. You can hold on if you need to for balance. Okay, now bring that same right leg out in front, heel down, toes up, bending the left leg, and you're just going to lean forward. So now we're stretching the back side of the right leg still. Okay, go ahead and slowly stand up. Now facing your chair still, bring your left leg back, pressing the heel into the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Stretching the left calf muscle. Okay, go ahead and bring your weight forward so you're on the ball of your left foot. Bend both knees and tuck your tailbone under, stretching the left hip flexor. Okay, go ahead and relax. Now bring your left foot forward, heel down, toes up, bend the right leg, and lean forward. Okay, you can slowly stand up. Now have your chair on the left side of you. Going to bring your right leg behind your left leg, stick your hips out to the right, bring your right arm over, and lean to the left. You should feel this down the side of your right leg and your right hip. Bring it back to center. Now you can have your chair on the right side. Bring the left leg behind the right leg. Stick your hips out to the left, reach over to the right. Bring it back to center. And go ahead and relax. Okay, shake your legs out a little if you need to. And otherwise, great job today. Way to work hard. I'm sure your legs are feeling it. I encourage you to keep moving. That'll help you not get as sore. Thanks for joining me again. I will see you next time.